Right, I want us to look at another theorem that deals with cyclic quad as well. Remember, there are only two. This one says the opposite angles of a cyclic quad are supplementary. Remember one thing and one thing only. If I'm adding these two, then my construction must come from these two other angles. But if I'm proving that this plus this is equal to 180, I've got to have my construction from those two. So I'll have to join those and create a center there. If I'm proving this one and this one, it should come from the construction must come from the other two. Now this next one that we're doing now says the exterior angle. This is a cyclic quad. These are interior angles. So this one is just outside. We refer to this angle as the exterior angle. It will always be equal to the interior opposite angle. For example, if we extended this side, so this angle will be equal to that angle. The exterior is equal to the interior opposite angle. So this one is equal to that one. If we extend it here, this one will be equal to this one. So that's the theorem that we are proving. We are proving whether is this the truth and the absolute truth, that the exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the interior opposite angles. So in other words, in this particular case, what is it that we want to check if it is the truth, RTP? We want to check whether, which one is the exterior angle here? It is D1. We want to check whether D1 will be equals to the interior opposite angle. The interior opposite angle, in this particular case, it is angle B. We want to check angle D1, whether it is equals to angle B. This is what we want to prove. This becomes our focal point. We want to check this truth, whether this is true or not. Right, how do we do this? Remember theorems, they get on top of each other. If we do not understand this one, we're going to struggle with this one, and so on and so forth. Right, we'll use the previous one to prove this one. How do we do that? We know for the fact that angle D2 plus angle B is equal to what? Angle D2 plus angle B is equal to what? Angle D plus angle B, angle D plus angle B is equal to 180. Why are these equal to 180? It's because they are the opposite angles of a cyclic quad. Whenever you've got opposite angles in a cyclic quad, you must know that they are supplementary. Their sum is 180 degrees. So we are saying here, angle B, this angle B, plus this angle, which is D2 is equals to 180 degrees. Why is that so? They are opposite angles of a cyclic quad. Opposite angles of a cyclic quad, right. So what is it that we know here? Okay, let's move on. If we want to make B the subject, suppose we want to make B the subject of this formula, angle B then, angle B, because we want to compare B and D and D1, angle B then will be equals to 180 degrees minus angle D2, right. Angle B, if just take D2 this side, it becomes negative. That's one statement that I wanted to have. Let's create another statement as well, another scenario here. What is the other fact that we know? We also know from our grade 8, grade 9, that the sum of the adjacent angles on a straight line are also equals to 180. So we also know that this angle plus this angle is equals to 180. That's why I'm saying grade 11 or grade 12 is all about grade 8, grade 9. In this particular case, we are saying now, angle, let's call it angle, look at this one, angle D2 plus angle D1, these two angles. This angle plus this angle is equals to what? It is equals to 180 degrees. Reason, adjacent angles on a straight line, or just straight line. Adjacent angles on a straight line. The sum of the adjacent angles of a straight line are supplementary. Now, let's make D1 the subject of the formula. If we make D1 the subject, what is going to be our D1? Remember, this was important earlier on. Let's make D1 the subject here. What do you think D1 will be equals to? If we isolate D1, it will then be equals to 180 degrees minus D2. 180 degrees minus D2. This is the second step that we wanted to come to. Right, D1 is equals to 180 minus D2. Remember, what is it that we want to prove? We want to prove that D1 is equals to angle B. Now, what is it that we've discovered so far? We've discovered that angle B is equals to 180 minus D2, right? Let's look at this one then. What is this one? What is it that we got here? We found that D1 is equals to what? 180 minus D2. Now watch. Look at this one. And look at this one. What do you notice? They are exactly the same. This is 180 minus D2. This is also 180 minus D2. We are saying B is equal to that, and D1 is equal to that. Now, since these two are equal to the same thing, what can we say about these two? Therefore, we can conclude by saying these two angles are also the same because they are equal to the equal angles. They are the same as the equal angles. Therefore, we can conclude by saying D1, angle D1 is also equals to angle B. Why are they equal? Because they are both equals to 180 degrees minus D2. So that's exactly what we wanted to prove, that D1 is equals to B. So in other words, this is how we go about proving this theorem. Remember, the theorem says the exterior angle of a triangle is equals to the interior opposite angle. It means that this angle here, which is outside, the exterior angle is equal to the interior opposite angle. Now we can apply this theorem because we've just proved it. Thank you.